Hey love and welcome back. If you are new here, I am Pauline, so welcome. Today's video is about just different hacks you can do to prevent your locks from unraveling. Whether you have Microlocs, Sisterlocs, I got some hacks for you, okay? So if you've been wondering, man, how can I get my locks to stop unraveling? And just trying to figure out what to do, what's the best step to take to prevent your locks from unraveling, I got you. So I got 5. Is it 5? Let me see. Yep, 5. 5 different things you can use, 5 different hacks you can do to prevent your locks from unraveling. Okay, so the first one is going to be protective styles. Okay, now you don't want to just do any protective styles. The most effective protective styles will be the 2-strand twists or braid outs, right? So you can do the 2-strand twist, the twist out, braid out, whatever it is, but you want to make sure, if you're working out, if you sweat at night when you sleep, doing braid outs, 2-strand twists, just putting your hair in that type of style. Not only that it helps with your locks, prevent your locks from unraveling, but it helps elongate the locks and help keep them in place. So it's going to also prevent it from bunching as well. So protective styles like, the twist outs, braid outs, especially when you're working out, when you're, if you sweat a lot when you sleep, or if you're going swimming or different things like that. Protective style is very helpful for helping your locks to not unravel. Yeah, pretty much not to unravel, especially in the new beginning stage, or if you've been locked for a while and you cut your locks, like cut them into a style, you do experience some unraveling. So that is one thing you can do to prevent your locks from unraveling. Okay, so protective styles, in particular, 2-strand twist out or braid out to help with that. Hack number 2, braiding and banding when you are getting ready to shampoo your hair. Y'all be knocking braiding and banding, okay? The purpose of braiding and banding is to protect the ends from unraveling. It's not necessarily for the rest of the strands or whatever. It's just to protect the ends of the lock. It's to protect the ends of the lock from coming undone, because anytime your hair moisture hits your hair, moisture causes it to loosen up and it wants to expand. So to prevent it from expanding and loosening up and unraveling, you want to make sure that you are braiding and banding. Or sometimes, if your hair is really short, I get that question a lot. Well, if my hair is really short, I can't braid it, I can't twist it, what should I do? Keep in mind, the key is to secure the ends. So if your hair is really short, you can just literally clump a couple of locks together and take a rubber band and put rubber bands on the ends to secure the ends to prevent it from unraveling. Because the goal really is to secure the ends, okay? You know how they say secure the bag? When your locks are new, you want to make sure you secure the ends. So if your locks are too short to braid, or to if it's too short to braid or to do 2-strand twists, just go ahead and pull a couple of locks together, and on the ends, on the tip, take a rubber band, twist it around the ends to prevent it from unraveling when you're getting ready to shampoo. I wouldn't recommend doing that when you're working out, because it's a little, you don't want to look crazy. So you could just braid your locks back, or put if your locks are too short to braid even when you're working out and you don't want to put the rubber bands on because you don't want to look crazy, you can take, those wig caps, those stocking caps. You can take that and put it over your head, and use that for when you're working out. That might look crazy too. Okay, you can use it to shampoo. If you don't want to do pulling couple together to put the rubber bands on, you can use the stocking cap. You can use the stocking cap, the wig cap. But I don't know, if you're going to do that for working out, I would put the cap on, and then maybe put like a cute little hat, or, tie it up so it looks somewhat cute, so you're not, at the gym looking crazy. But if you're at home, girl, put that cap on and keep it rolling, okay? But if you're at the gym, I'm trying to see how I can help you stay cute. I would say, put a hat on or wrap it, do like those wraps and stuff and then go work out, okay? But put the cap, wrap it to be cute. But if you're not going to the gym, you at home, just use the stocking cap, okay? So putting the rubber bands, braiding and banding, putting the rubber bands on the end, just the rubber bands and not braiding, depending on if your locks are too short, or the other option would be stocking caps, okay? The wig cap. So hack number 2 of what you can do to prevent your locks from unraveling, okay? All right. Hack number 3, salt water spray. Sea salt. Use sea salt, water spray to spray on your hair to help stiffen the locks a little bit so they're not just unraveling just by the sight of water, okay? So if you get caught in the rain, or if you're showering and you don't put a shower cap and the mist is hitting it, like, you definitely want to protect it while you're showering. But one of the hacks is spraying sea salt spray on your hair. The benefit of the sea salt spray is that, one, it kind of like just brings the strands together and it stiffens it and it holds it together. Just think about when our Caucasian brothers and sisters or whatever, when they spray their hair to spike it up, some of the stuff they're using is that has like that sea salt spray, because it brings it together and it helps it to hold. So same thing with our sea salt spray. You're spraying it on your locks so that it brings it together. It dries it out a little bit. I do want to let you know that it dries it out a little bit, but it's just to bring them strands together and to hold it together to help your locks from unraveling, okay? And this is for new lock. If your locks are mature, you don't need the sea salt spray unless you're just trying to tame frizz. It does help with taming frizz if your locks are mature, but to prevent them from unraveling, you definitely want to use the sea salt spray. Is a good option. That's another hack for you to prevent your locks from unraveling. So sea salt spray, and if you need it, I have it. I do sell it on my website. There are some people who sell the sea salt spray, but they have got glycerin in it, some other oils. We don't need all of that stuff in it. We just need the sea salt spray to spray on our hair to help bring the strands together, to expedite your locking process. All that extra stuff, the glycerin is great for the hair, but it's kind of defeating the purpose of what you're trying to do. Because glycerin, it's a humectant. It helps draws in moisture to the hair, right? We're trying to lock this bad boy up, so we're not trying to have all this moisture and stuff. Okay, so that's why I say don't go with like a sea salt spray that have glycerin in it. Don't go with a sea salt spray that has oils, because oils are to help soften the hair. And it's doing the opposite of what we're trying to do. Because what we're trying to do, we're trying to lock. We're trying to prevent that hair from unraveling. And so if you putting all this other stuff in it, it's going to slow down the process. The sea salt spray expedite the process, okay? All right, so that was hack number 3. Hack number 4. All right, so hack number 4. You can crochet the ends of your locks, okay? So if you have your locks and the ends, and it's constantly unraveling, and you're like, man, this thing always come out, child, get your crochet needle and crochet that end and get it to stay, So crochet the ends so it can stay together. What the crochet needle does, it just really meshes the strands of the locks together, making it matte. So you're creating you're matting the ends, so it's kind of expediting the locking process. So you're creating your own you're manufacturing the budding stage, if that makes sense. Because your hair naturally in a couple of months will bud, right? But if your hair if your locks are continuing to unravel, the budding process is going to take longer, because if it's unraveling, then it's not going to be budding. So if you want to kind of skip the whole unraveling and delaying and all this other stuff, I would literally take that crochet needle and crochet the ends and to manufacture that budding stage, okay? Does that make sense? All right, I hope that makes sense for you, okay? So that's hack number 4, all right? Now, with hack number 4, crocheting the ends, now if you got 500-600 locks, some of y'all, you might have to just get your own crochet needle and do it yourself, because if you go ask somebody to do it for you, baby, the time, the money, just do it yourself, okay? But if you're like, I want somebody to do it for me, I got the coins, I got it, I can do it, okay? Go do you, sis. Go do you, okay? But literally, you can just crochet it to create your ends. Now, stuff I've seen people do in the past to secure them ends. They put glue in it. That's a no-no. Do not put glue on your ends to hold it from unraveling. Do not do it, please. No glue, okay? Another thing I see some of you guys do, you put, now the type of glue I've seen, before I move on, the type of glue I've seen people put crazy glue on the ends of their locks. I've seen people put the hair glue, you know, to glue down some weft, some tracks. I've seen that. Please avoid the glue, okay? Avoid the glue on your ends. The other thing I've seen people do is they tie a knot on the ends. Please don't do that. Please, please, please don't do that. You do not have knotted locks. So don't halfway knotted lock your hair and then try to say, okay, I'm trying to secure the ends. Because with knotted locks, you're not interlocking. So if you're trying to take that knotted lock technique and apply it to your ends, but you're interlocking your hair for maintenance, you're just causing more problems for the base of your hair because that knot, it's not smooth. Because it's not smooth, it's going to create friction when it's trying to pass through the base of your lock. And if you have fine, low density hair, you just don't want to mess with it because when this, if you're not careful with the retightening and baby, you want to protect every strand at the base of your hair, okay? You don't want to forcefully pull out a strand because you don't put a knot on the ends of your lock and now you're trying to pull it through. So just think about when you have bunching on your ends and when you pull it through, it's painful, right? Or it just doesn't feel good. It snags. It's not passing through smoothly. That's the same thing that the knots will do. So avoid putting crazy glue, hair glue, knots, and all that other stuff at the end of your locks, okay? You can crochet it, but do not put knots and glue and all this stuff at the end of your lock, okay? To keep it from unraveling. That's a no-no hack, okay? Some of y'all be thinking y'all doing something, but it's a no-no. Now, some of y'all have thicker locks, and then so by the time the ends, you get to the end of your lock, it's like a lot finer, a lot smaller compared to the actual strand. So if you put a knot there, then it won't be too bad. But if that knot is bigger than the strand of your lock, and then you go try to pass it through the base, it won't work. Okay, the last hack that you can do to help prevent your locks from unraveling, let's just say you go and get your hair interlock, right? You get the install and you interlock the install. And sometimes, depending on who you go to, some people will leave more hair out on the ends than they should. So if that is the case, to prevent further unraveling, because you already got like 2-3 inches of strand of hair loose, which I do not recommend leaving that much hair out. Side note, let me derail a little bit. Some of you guys go and get an install, and at the install, you're telling your loctician, leave some hair out because I want the curly ends. Keep in mind when you're interlocking for maintenance, when you're interlocking to start your locks, you already gonna have about 1/2 inch to 1 inch of loose hair anyway. Because when we back comb to start, some people start differently. Some people back comb to start. Some people kind of braid it a little bit to start. Some people twist it a little bit to start. Some people start their locks all kind of way. So typically you're going to have about 1/2 inch to 1 inch of hair that is out and not interlocked. Some people be like, can you interlock it all the way to the tip? It's kind of almost impossible. You can get it close as possible, but you're still going to have a little bit of some hair out. With that said, if you go to a loctician who is, especially if they're kind of new or they don't understand what the process, what's the journey gonna be like down the road, and you tell them leave some hair out because I want the curly ends, they're gonna leave like 3 inches, sometimes 4 inches. I've seen so many people with just so much hair out, and I'm like, why do you have so much hair out? Well, I told her to leave some hair out, but I didn't think it was gonna be that much. Baby, you already gonna have some hair out. And then if you have some unraveling, some slippage, you're going to have more hair out. So can you imagine you telling them, leave some hair out, and they leaving 3 inches out? And then you go shampoo and do whatever you got to do, go through your journey. Now you're having slippage. So now this 3 inch of hair out turns into 5 inches out, and so forth, you know. So don't ask to anybody to leave any hair out, because with the process, you're going to have a little bit of it out anyway. So don't ask. Okay. So with that said, if you have some hair that's out and your locks are starting to, not if you have some hair that's out, if you have a lot of hair that's out more than the norm and your locks start to unravel, even if you don't have a lot that's out and it's just about an inch or half an inch, and your lock starts to unravel, go ahead and braid or twist the ends. I know the texture, the pattern is going to look different from the interlocking, but it's better for you to braid or twist the ends before you shampoo, before you do anything, just so that it can hold until your next lock appointment. And some of you guys, your lock appointment are anywhere from 4 weeks to 12 weeks. So if you're not doing something to secure the ends before your next appointment, and let's say your appointment is 3 months from now, 2 months from now, by the time you sweat, wash, mist, and all this other stuff, now you have more unraveling. So to minimize the unraveling, just go ahead and braid the ends, twist the ends to keep it from further unraveling, okay? So those are the 5 different hacks that you can use to prevent your locks from unraveling, to stop it from unraveling, and all this other stuff, okay? So if you have any questions, be sure to put it in the comments. Make sure you like, subscribe, share with anyone that's looking to start their locks, anyone that's, you know, currently on their lock journey, anyone that's having slippage issue or unraveling issue on the ends or whatever. Definitely share the video with them, okay? But if y'all have any questions, let's keep the conversation going in the comments, and I will see you guys next time.